Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hey everybody, welcome back, where today we have the announcement of VGC Regulation H. And I just want to take a second to say a couple of things. First off, I'm sorry that it's not going to be very fancily edited. I'm trying to just get this out really fast. Quick, simple, cheap, easy video. Second of all, I just want to take a second to gloat. I was right. I knew that Regulation H, there was no way it was ever going to be more than one. It was going to be dual restricted Pokemon. And since I was right, you have to go down to the comments. You got to like, you got to comment something. You got to subscribe. That's just how it works. I don't make the rules. Apologies. Regulation H is actually the #1 thing that I wanted. Not the thing I actually thought it was going to be. Not exactly, but it is the thing that I said that I wanted the most. And Reg H is just Reg A++. If you don't know what that means, it means that you can use every Pokemon in the game except for any legendary Pokemon and any Paradox Pokemon. So all your Urshifus, all your Chien Pals, all your Ogerpons, they're gone. We don't have them anymore. Strictly just every Pokemon that is not a legendary Pokemon and not a Paradox Pokemon. And not like a mythical Pokemon, but, you know, I think those are a subset of legendary Pokemon. So what does that mean? Well, it means that this is a format that a lot of people are already kind of familiar with. Reg A++ has been a very popular ban format for a little while now. So, basically, then people already know what they're doing, which means that we're going to jump into this format with a lot more knowledge than we would jump into a lot of other formats, which is pretty cool. Just looking through the banned Pokemon, like the ones that are going to be the biggest, the people are going to miss the most. I mean, Entei was pretty good before we had restricted legendaries. Articuno obviously won like a regional. No Heatran's pretty big. No Cresselia's pretty big. No Tornadus, no Landorus, no Thundurus. Those are all pretty big. We've got... no Urshifu is absolutely gigantic. No Regidrago, no Regieleki. They're gonna be too good in a format like this. The only kind of sad thing is some Pokemon that would probably shine in this format if it was just like, if it was like just no legendary or just no Paradox, are gonna like not get to do anything. Like, you know, Enamorus might be really good if it didn't have to deal, like, be in a form with all the other like restricted, all the other legendary Pokemon. Wo-Chien very similarly. Now these guys would be so good if we didn't have to deal with like Urshifu and stuff. So like, it's kind of sad that we'll never have that format, but there you go. Yeah, I don't know if you've been playing Reg A++, because if you have, then you have like a big, you know, leg up on the competition. There have been Reg A++ tours like every week for months now. There are people out there who have just been playing so much of it. Ooh, I can't get Pokemon Showdown to load right now. I think they're pushing an update, so I can't like go through some like teams or anything. We could maybe look at, let's see, some results here, because I know that they have those tours. Yes, the Limitless tournaments. There's a Limitless tournament like every week. Let's see, how can I completed? Wow, that's gonna be harder to find than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, but yeah, it's just really, it's a format that we've had a lot of already. You're gonna expect to see, you know, all of your Dondozos. Dondozo's gonna be super huge without like a whole lot of competition. Count on running like a Haze or a Clear Smog on your team, because you're gonna need it. Palafin, Amoonguss, Arcanine, or Incineroar even, is going to be a really good core again. It's basically going to be Palance, if you remember from Regulation A and Regulation B. Except we won't have Fluttermane, so it'll just be Palance without Fluttermane, which is going to be really interesting. But it should still be super good. Without Urshifu to compete with, Palafin immediately becomes the best Water-type Pokemon of the format, just like hands down. And I imagine that Pelipper is still going to stay pretty good, you know, next to Palafin potentially. Let me think. Fire types are going to be a lot better because we don't have as many Flash Fire Pokemon. I mean, I guess we have like Chandelure and Armarouge. Psy Spam gets way better. Like, obviously we have Incineroar, but we don't have all of the other best dark type Pokemon right now, because we're losing, you know, Qianpao, we're losing Wo-Qian, we're losing Chi-Yu, and Ting-Lu. Psyspam's going to be really, really good. Ursaluna Blood Moon is allowed. It is not a legendary Pokemon. It is not a Paradox Pokemon. It's just a guy. He's just here. So Ursaluna Blood Moon is going to be really, really good. It's very, very strong compared to a lot of other Pokemon. So like in a lower powered format like this, it's going to go absolutely crazy. What else? I don't know. I thought I was going to have more to say. I really just wanted to gloat that I was like super right. I wanted to like set up a bunch of stuff on Pokemon Showdown, but it's down right now. I was going to set up like some spreads to talk about, set up a bunch of mons, but I just didn't get the chance to. It seems like everybody down in the end of the Discord server is pretty excited about it. If you're not in there, go join there. But let me know down in the comments what you think about this, because honestly, like, you know, I just like to hear people's opinions. I read all of those comments and reply to almost all of them as well. Yeah, I feel like we're losing a lot of tools that like people really rely on. Like, you know, these ruined Pokemon like Fluttermane, stuff like Iron Hands, like Ogerpon, like Tornadus. Obviously we have Whimsicott now, so it's not going to be as weird as it was in Regulation A, but maybe Murkrow makes a comeback. I don't know. It's got Haze. It can stop Dozo. I mean, I guess you can run like Charm or Tickle on Whimsicott to help you deal with Dozo, but they could run like Clear Amulet, you know? That would be one way for the helm to deal with Incineroar as well, and I think probably that sounds like it's going to be pretty good. But yeah, we're really just going to see a rise in just like some mons that are just, you know, you would never really see in a format like Regulation G or even Regulation like D or Regulation F. Like, I wish that I could pull it up to show you. Okay, so yeah, I was talking about the people in the end of the Discord, right? A lot of them play in a Reg A tour, like, you know, every week or so. They've done really good with like Sunflora, just like lots of like insane things that you would never be able to pull off in Reg G. You can pull them off now. The power level is so much lower. Como-O is going to be able to shine. There's basically, I don't want to say there's no relevant fairy types, because I mean, I guess that, you know, something will rise up to replace Fluttermane, but it's going to be, there's going to be a lot less just like Fluttermane on every single team than there was the last time we didn't have restricted legendary Pokemon. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be really cool. We're going to have this format from September 1st all the way through January 5th. I'm not sure why it's January 5th and not January 1st, but there you go. Don't expect the ladder to reset on New Year's. It's going to reset on January 5th at midnight in Japan, I think. And the other announcement that kind of comes out of this that's also really interesting and kind of gives credence to what I was talking about in my video where I was trying to predict what Regulation H was going to be. They also announced that Regulation G is going to run again starting January 6th when Reg H ends, all the way through April 30th, which means probably that from May all the way through the World Championships, we're going to have whatever Regulation I is, and I'm assuming that's going to be dual restricted Pokemon, because it's presumably this is going to be the last World Championships that we have in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Obviously, I don't know that for sure, but I feel like there's a pretty good chance. And if it is, then obviously we want it to be in a dual restricted format. Now, we don't know anything about Reg I, but like I said, this time I think it's pretty safe to assume it's going to be dual restricted unless they pull another fast one on us. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to let you guys know. I wanted to talk about it. What are your thoughts? Let me know. And I think that's all that I have. I mean, like I said, I wanted to go through and give you guys like some like common sets, but I couldn't get to Pokemon Showdown. It looks like Pokemon Showdown is down right now, which is very, very sad for me. But it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, expect to see things, you know, like Palafin, like Dondozo. Expect like Sun teams to not really be as strong because they don't really have as many things to abuse them. I feel like the only time you're going to see Sun is on like Trick Room teams. So no more just like random weathers. Terrains are not going to be as crazy, except Psyspam gets better because there's less dark types in the format. So that's pretty cool. And there's, you know, less Miraidon. But yeah, I think that's all that I have today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a big fat like. Go ahead and subscribe. My name's Andy. I'll catch you guys next time. Once upon a time, man, I heard that I was struggling. Came from a gym where power creep wasn't coming in. Face long, stats tight, defense up, shack height. Sturdy on me, sash like, got the TM last night. Hit me with that good move, make this mount act right. Bast boys, bout to hit that builder. I know that's right. Big Bast busting out these body presses, bout to buy a body bag and